What up, fam? So today we're going to start by priming our skin with the Smashbox Cosmetics Pore Minimizing Primer. I've really been liking this primer. I do think it blurs my skin. I would compare it to something like the Benefit Professional. As you see, my brows are in need of some serious help, so I'm going to go in with the NYX Cosmetics Micro Brow Pencil, and I switched to the ash brown tone. I used to use the chocolate tone, and I was just like, girl, this is just not for you. Come on, we got to move on. So I moved to the ash brown, and I'm just loving it. So I like to start off on the front of my brow, and I kind of work on both brows at once because I feel like it just helps me to mimic the exact same shape on each brow. Do you know what I mean? It's like if I complete one brow and then I go back to the other brow, I can't do it again. So I like to go back and forth, and just kind of recreate the same shape. Now I'm going to follow up with the Becca Cosmetics Shadow and Light Brow Mousse. This is in the shade Mocha, and the other half is the eye brightener. So I'm just going to use this kind of like you would like the dip brow, and I'm going to fill in the tails of my brows and make them a little thicker. Sorry, my mom had called, and on Mondays she always calls me, so it's filming, and I had to talk to that woman. You know, you gotta give respects to the moms. So then I'm taking the brightening side with this little Sigma concealer brush, and I'm going to trace around my brows and just kind of clean up any smudges or any, you know, it also covers and camouflages any brow hairs that might be growing back. And then we're going to follow up with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. It's my favorite brow gel to set my brows with. For eyeshadow primer, I'm going to take the Tarte Cosmetics CC Colored Eye Primer, and this is kind of like a jumbo pencil, so I just put this all over my lid, and then I blend it out with this brush here. I will have it listed on the screen. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. Next, going into the brand new Urban Decay Vice 4 palette, we're going to take the shade Framed. Now, I thought this would be a lot lighter than it is, so I was kind of like, oh man, I think I need to switch up brushes after applying this to my lid. So then I took the same color with the E35 Sigma blending brush, and I will have a discount code down below, and I just started to really use this as my crease shade, as my transition shade, because I didn't realize how warm it was going to be. That's my one complaint about the Vice 4, is that I wish it had more of a highlight shade. I'm going to be using some of the new Colourpop gel liners. This is in the shade Timber. I saw a lot of you wanted to see them used as bases. Also, the date has not been released yet as to when these will be available, so I don't know, but keep an eye out. So I'm taking Timber all over my lid. I don't know what brush this is. It came in like an Ipsy bag or something a long time ago. And then I'm going to follow up with Kicker. Now, to be honest with you guys, I did not love these as eyeshadow bases at all. They dried much too quickly, which I kind of had a feeling they might because they are so long wear and so smudge proof. I just imagined that they would dry really quickly. So I followed up with the shade Low in the Vice palette, and I was packing that all over my lid, and I was like, you know what, it is not working. So I had to wet my brush a little bit with just a little bit of water, and then I moved into the shade Robbery on my inner corners, right on top of that silver, just to brighten it up, but it still wasn't enough, so in a second I'm going to go in with a brighter shade. For our crease color, I'm going to take the shade Bitter, which is a beautiful, beautiful, really warm burnt orange. Just taking that throughout the crease to give a nice contrast. I loved this being in the crease because the look as a whole is so cool toned. I thought it really brought something different to the look, and it made it really flattering. Next, going into the shade Bones with a damp brush. Again, I wanted to stress that because it's what I did to get this lid to pop a little bit more, because like I said, it just wasn't cutting it for me. I needed a little bit more pizzazz. So that's what I did. So I'm just going to pack this all over my lid. And I did go pretty far over my lid too. I covered up a lot of that darker shade as well. Next, taking the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, I'm going to take the Incandescent, I don't know how to say it. I'm taking that shade and I'm going to blend that into my brow area, my highlight area, and it's going to help to blend out that crease shade as well. Next, taking the shade Beat Down with this flat cream color brush, and also I did wet this brush as well. I'm just going to kind of slice this on the outer corner of my lid there. You can see how I just kind of make a straight line down, and then I move a little bit across too, just so it has a nice flow into my crease. And then taking a dry, fluffy blending brush, I'm just going to blend all those edges together. Next, I'm taking a little bit of this, gosh, I can never pronounce these things, molecular water, molecular water, is that it? And I'm just going to clean up the fallout. And then going in with the Lit Cosmetics Clearly Liquid Glitter Base and this MAC Cosmetics Reflex. I don't remember the shade, but again, I will have it listed on the screen there. And I'm just going to start packing that on the lid because you guys know me, I always need just a little something extra, and I thought it needed an extra jump in this look. Now taking the Colourpop eyeliner in the shade No Shame, I'm going to draw this on my upper lash line. I'm going to line my upper lash line, and I ended up doing a pretty dramatic, thick and long wing on this look. I just haven't done a wing in a long time. I've been doing pretty simple liner looks lately, so I just missed having a really dramatic wing. This also is one of my favorite of the Colourpop gel liners, you guys. I can't wait for them to come out. Again, follow me on Snapchat and Twitter for the soonest updates possible, because I will always let you guys know there first. Okay, so now for foundation. I'm sure you could tell my body is way darker than my face because I had a lot of events this weekend, so I self-tanning. So I'm going to take my Lancome 24-hour foundation in the shade 260 Bisque N, and it's kind of what I use when I'm a little bit tanner, even though the tone, it still isn't right for me. It's a little too neutral. It ends up turning a little pink, so I need something a little bit more yellow. I have to go foundation shopping. Next, I'm going to take the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector with the Sigma Precision P86 brush, and I'm going to pack this on kind of the triangle area of my under eye area. I know I mentioned this in a previous video, but I'm obsessed with Natalie and Olivia from the show Wags. Also, they're just social media queens, and they recently started a YouTube channel showing how they do their bright under eye, so I've just been recreating it, or trying to, with different products. Next, I'm going to take the CoverGirl Hello Gorgeous Concealer, or Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer, in the shade Light Medium, and I'm just going to pack that on top of the brightener to give me my coverage back. Isn't that beautiful? And then I'm going to set it with the AIRSPUN Translucent Original Powder. And thank you guys so much for letting me know that it comes in a fragrance-free version. I'm definitely going to have to pick that up soon because, like I was telling you guys, I love how this powder looks, but my eyes freak out like an hour after it being on. They're so irritated. So then I'm going to also highlight my chin, my nose, and my forehead area. And then blend that out and also set it with the AirSpun powder as well. By the way, guys, really quickly, I just want to say thank you to everyone who came out and met me at BeautyCon. It was amazing to meet you girls, and it was just such a fabulous time. You guys are so sweet. We had so many amazing touching moments, and it was just awesome, so I love you. Next, moving on to the Hello Flawless powder by Benefit. This is in the shade Honey, and I'm going to use this to kind of put a little color back into my skin to match my body. I know it's a little bit too dark for my face, but, you know, had to make do. So I'm just going to buff this all in, and I'm also going to start knocking off that AirSpun translucent powder. Going back into the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, I'm just going to kind of mix the first two shades, and I'm just popping that a little bit right underneath my eye. Again, I'm just trying to mimic the video that they did, and they used a translucent kind of light pinky powder, which I don't have by Ben Nye, so I just kind of substituted with this, and I did like the effect. I thought it brightened me up really nicely, and it was a nice natural glow to have under the eye, but I also wanted to place a little bit on all my other feature points as well, like my forehead, my nose, and my chin. Then, because of course that wasn't enough for me either, I needed to take Champagne Pop by Becca Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill, a total fave, and I'm so sad. Right after I used this here, I like dug my finger in my Champagne Pop so hard. Has anyone else done that? Have you ever like cut into like a highlighter or a powder with your nails and it's just like, like you just like die inside? Well, I died that day. A part of me died that day. It's now on the carpet of my makeup room and I need to go vacuum it right after I finish this video. Damn it. And then just to kind of even it all out, make sure it's not too much, I like to take my powder brush again and kind of just blend that in. Next, we're going to take the shade Underhand. This is so beautiful. Actually, these next two shades that I use, I just loved them, especially layered together. I'm running this shade right underneath my lower lashes because I just thought there's just this really, you know, awesome burgundy pinky tone would just look so amazing underneath the really cool toned purples. Also, my eyes have a little bit of green in them, so I thought the contrast would just oomph them up a little bit. Next, we're going to take a 1985 with the same brush. I just cleaned it off a little bit, and then I'm going to bring that on the very inner corners of my eye, blending it into the Underhand shade that we just used, but it just makes it so much more vibrant and really brought out that color. I just loved it. Love this combination. Next for mascara, I'm going to take the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and this probably was a bad idea because it was a little clumpy and dried out, so my lower lash line was kind of a hot mess, so I'm kind of just like fast forwarding through this because I was having a really clumpy mascara day. And then for false lashes, I've been loving Violet Voss, as you guys know. These are in the style, I guess, the style Striptease. I love I love, love, love. So I'm just taking my Duo lash glue with the little wandy here, and I'm just going to get that on there and then pop these little bad boys on. They look so fierce. I'm just loving these lashes. And as always, everything will be listed down below if you guys want to check it out. Next for bronzer, we're going to take the Little Black Book of Bronzers by Too Faced Cosmetics, and I'm also switching up with this Real Techniques flat contour brush. So I first went in with the Dark Chocolate Soleil, and I'm using that to kind of etch out my cheekbones hardcore and give me a strong contour. And then I'm going to follow up with the Milk Chocolate Bronzer, and I'm using that to buff out and sheer out that harsher contour line and just make everything a little bit more cohesive and smooth. I normally use a fatter powder brush to do my contouring, but I was like, let me try using a smaller brush, which I usually don't trust myself with, but I was like, I'm going to do it. And then I also took a little bit of the Chocolate Soleil right onto my temple area because you know I love it. It's my thing. Bronze those foreheads, girls. You'll feel amazing, I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, this freaking blush, I can't. So this is Bittersweet by Urban Decay, and when I used to put this on my clients at Ulta, well, first of all, I'd bring it out and they'd be like, don't you dare put that on me. And I'd be like, girl, trust, you are going to be obsessed. And then I would pop it on them and they would have no freaking idea that I just put purple blush on them. It is so beautiful and it looks good on everybody. It pulls differently on everybody, but it suits everyone. It's like the most shocking looking blush, but then look at it. It just wakens your cheeks up. It looks so natural and so pretty. And I thought this lip had to call for either something extremely nude or extremely dark, so I went with the dark baby because it is October. Let's embrace it. This is the Guess Liquid Lipstick by Colourpop Cosmetics from their fall collection, I think it is, or their throwback collection. I can't remember which one, and it is to die for. It's this dark eggplant, and I love, love, love it. It's still available, and they're so affordable, so I'll have them linked down below, as always. Oh my gosh, but it is just so beautiful, you guys. I love this. So I'm just going to fill in my lip line, and then that is it for this look, you guys. So I really hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what palette I should use in my next makeup tutorial, and also don't forget, what should I do for this Throwback Thursday? Let me know what old school palette you would like me to use, and I will see you guys very soon. I love you. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. In this video, we're going to be focusing on the brighter set, and these will be sold individually. They will not be sold in their set.